tools for testing to the quality departments or to the developers, but to think about operation teams within your companies that really are concerned about performance, about monitoring the end user experience, and obviously the marketing departments as well, thinking about demo new handsets or new applications. Just the very last slide from me, if I didn't lose many people in the call on all this time, is a brief screenshot of our main customers. You realize if we just go very quickly, over here, some of the customers we have in different verticals in the industry, you can see the names there. You realize that we are mainly present in the US at a very high level, and we are starting to work obviously on the main operators and virtual operators in Europe and the main telcos companies, but are actually offering our services to many other companies, and this is the reason of talking to you and presenting to you our solutions for you to think about your mobility projects and how DeviceAnywhere can really help you with the alliance with Testhouse and HP on your projects. And that's all from me, actually. I think this is the very last one. Can you check here? There's another one. Now you can go quickly over there. And we are just jumping into the demo by Mithun. So thank you very much for that, Mithun.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mithun Avery. I'm the Technical Account Manager for Europe for DeviceAnywhere. Thank you very much, Javier, for explaining our product and what we do. So today I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on what we're doing. So we're obviously I'm going to be demonstrating our product, DeviceAnywhere Studio. It has various different components in there, as Javier's already explained. So Test Center, Proof Center, there's also Test Case Manager and Automation. But I will sort of go through those in the demo. So if you just give me a second, what I'll do is I'll just load up the environment and you can sort of see my screen as well. Okay, so what you're looking at the moment is actually DeviceAnywhere Studio, our thick application that gets installed on your desktop. This works across platforms, so this does work on obviously all the operating systems. The main core components are only Windows-based systems. So what we have here, inside of our shared environment, we give access to various different packages. Packages are broken up into carriers and also operating system specific handsets. So if I just click on the drop down here, what you can see here is these are all the packages that we offer inside of our shared environment. So you can see we have data centers inside of the UK. We have some international packages which focus on Android-specific, iPhone-specific, Symbian OS-specific devices. We have data centers in Germany, France. We have the European packages here, Spain, Canada, Bell, and new to our package list is also Brazil as well. So you can see here that we have a wide variety of devices. We've integrated inside of our shared environment 2,000 devices inside of all these data centers. In reality, we've actually integrated about 5,500 devices for all of our customers, including our enterprise customers, our dedicated customers as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a quick overview, a demonstration of actually just how you can actually interact with the device, use the device, and so on. So what I've actually gathered here is just two very common devices. We've got a Nokia E71 and we've also got a HTC Desire, just so I can obviously demonstrate some of the touch features of the phone. So what I have here is actually my Nokia E71. As you can see, I can actually interact and hover over all the keys, but what I can do is actually in fact navigate on the device itself. So what I'm able to do is actually use the device as if it is in front of me, as Javier has already explained. We can interact with every key on the device, the power key, the side keys, the actual keypad on the device as well. So here we can actually click on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can actually make phone calls. So this device actually has a real live SIM card on the device. We can actually make a phone call to any device that has another SIM card in there. All our devices are on live networks, so you can actually incorporate testing between devices as well if it's required. So the basics of our remote access are pretty much two components here we have. So the first one is obviously the usage, and inside of here we have three areas. We have the keyboard. What we do is actually we're able to map keys to particular devices. So we can actually use the keyboard and the interaction of the device. So I can type in the 1 key, for example, and this I'm typing it off my keyboard. So here you can see I'm actually able to type in different characters on the device and use the device as if I was actually in front of it without actually having to actually press the keys on the device like so. We have three input modes. We have alphanumeric, numeric, and web-based. The alphanumeric mode is obviously for text messages, any other context-sensitive pages that are on the device itself. The numeric mode, again, is specifically for when the dial pad is up. And then we have the web-based mode as well, which allows you to sort of compensate for the URLs when you are typing browser-based items. You can see here at the bottom that we have a running log of all the interaction that has been done on the device. So every single key, as you can see, has a label, and this label comes into play when you do automation as well. So we're able to actually reference the key directly and actually automate the pressing of that key on the device. What I'll quickly do is just jump over to the HTC Desire just to show you that we don't only physically integrate to the keys, we can actually use touchscreen on the device as well. So here I can actually press on the screen and use the actual touchscreen. So you can see that the screen slightly shakes as well, and that's due to the haptic feedback on the HTC Desire. So that's actually showing that the device is actually vibrating as well. So if you were testing obviously on a device and you needed to check feedback, our way of representing that would be the shaking of the screen. Because we hardware integrate with our devices, we have the ability to actually use these different hardware features. So if you needed to do a physical hardware reset on the device, that's completely possible. We can take the battery out, disconnect it, and the device would turn on. I'm not going to do that to this device at the moment because I'm actually demonstrating on it. What we also have is other hardware integrations for some of the phones, such as the HTC Desire, the iPhones, and so on. Here we have, obviously, a couple of features that the phone has in its nature. So the orientation of the screen, for example. If I was to open up the web browser here, we're actually looking at the screen, obviously, in a portrait mode at the moment. If I was to turn the device to the left, we actually are able to simulate the fact that the device is actually being turned. So this isn't actually a moving mobile phone inside of a rack. It's actually, we're using an accelerometer, which we hardwire into the device, and we're able to sort of modify and change the orientation of the device using that. We also have the ability to interact with the camera of the device. So if I just open the camera here at the moment, the device is actually mounted in a left orientation, as you can see, and we can actually turn on the camera light. So what we've actually got here is the ability to actually use the camera. So if you are developing applications or you have an application, enterprise application that uses cameras, maybe barcode scanners, for example, reading items off a sheet and taking them into the application and using them, utilizing them somehow, we have the ability to interact with the camera. So you can use that and make your testing more accurate and more realistic. So these are just some of the features on these devices that we have. We also have the ability to connect data chargers. We can unplug and plug in the data cable if required as well. So those are just some of the extra functionality features that are not available on this phone, but can be available inside of a dedicated system. We integrate with the video chipset directly on the device. So this isn't a simulator. This is actually not even a camera looking at the device. This is actually the video coming directly from the device. Hence why the resolution, the clarity of the screen is so accurate. What we're able to do is we have a software component called an ensemble server, and that actually generates the video and captures the video. So if I was, for example, to navigate around the screen, maybe type in 1, 2, 3, as an example, and just go back